Alright, Shalom. First, let's start by saying all praise to Yahweh, by Shem Shai, by Shem Kakadash, double honors to the elders and the apostles and who will, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth. In sincerity, my name is Pt.1, and I'm here to prophesy about the downfall of America, as the rest of the kingdoms of the world, and the ushering in of the kingdom of heaven for the Israelites. The Israelites, according to the Bible, are the so-called blacks, Latins, and Native Americans, man. And those are the ones that the Lord is going to save during the time of destruction, because you're not saved until you're delivered by a so-called UFO right before the nuclear missiles hit. You know? But before then, you're going to have all types of prophecies going on. All types of the prophecies represents the plagues that have been sent upon the world, like the Bible says. All the hell, the death, destruction that's going on is because of Bible prophecy. And those are signs of the times that the Lord is on his way back, man. Chapter 24, verse 1, it says, and Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to shew him the buildings of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And that was Yahushua prophesied to them about 70 AD, when the temple was destroyed under Vespasian and Titus. You know, that's in the book From Babylon to Timbuktu, if I'm not mistaken, on page 80 and 81. Breaks that history down. Verse 3, it says, and he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? See? What is the signs to the end of the world? The prophecies. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, or the anointed, and shall deceive many. Right, the false prophets, teachers, prosperity pastors. And ye shall hear wars, and rumors of wars. And that's what you see going on now, man. Wars and rumors of wars. The whole Ukraine and Russia is a war. / proxy war. Because the U.S. is using Ukraine as one of his proxies, or her proxies. And then you got other nations that's involved in wars and proxies. They say Iran is using Hezbollah, Hamas, and who else? Another nation as a proxy against Israel. You know, then you got Syria involved in all the conflict. Assad just got ran up out of his own country. You know, so those are signs of the time, signs of the end of the world. And the end of the world just means the end of an age. The word world in Greek is age, meaning the end of a kingdom. A person that's had a specific time to rule. And that's Esau. It's going to be the end of his age. The end of his world. This is his kingdom. He's been ruling the world for quite some time. Greeks, Romans, then they went into slavery for 1,000 years. In the scriptures it's called the bottomless pit, where Jake, the so-called black man, was ruling. And then they came back up out of that, from up under Jake, and took Jake down and started back ruling around 1453. Those are prophecies. And we coming to the end of his rule now. It says, Matthew 23:6. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Right? Nation against nation is nationality against nationality. Kingdom against kingdom is the same thing as wars, man. You know? The ultimate war is going to be between Russia and America. That war is going to turn into a thermonuclear war. The Third World War has already happened. It just hasn't got to that point where it gets so hot to where they send U.S. citizens through conscription to join that battle, and then eventually the nuclear missiles be shot off. Because during that time, Yahweh Shai, whom the world calls Jesus Christ, is going to return. So we at the somewhat beginning to middle stages. We close to the end though. It says, and there shall be famines. Famine is lack of food. And pestilence. Pestilence is diseases. And earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. Right, so that's how we know that we're coming to the end of Esau's kingdom. The end of the world. This is the time of his rulership. As you can see, nobody's really out here paying attention. Don't nobody really care that these things are happening. Because there's an elect that's destined to be saved. Not everyone, you know. Eventually a lot more people are going to wake up though. A lot more people are going to wake up to come into the truth. You know? because people are going to want to be protected from these times. People are going to be saved from what's going on. The nuclear missiles, you know. Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring, no, you know what, I'm going to start at verse 1. Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I was just speaking, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord. Got it right from the Bible. The Lord ordained men to come out and speak on his prophecies before the world end, man, to warn his people. And cause them to be written paper, for they are faithful and true, right? The Bible. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Right, so we're not afraid of what somebody say they're going to do unto us. The presidents, Trump wanted to bring back the guillotine. Us being declared terrorists against the established government. And you know what they do to terrorists? Or people whom they perceive as their enemies. They eventually kill them. It says, 2 Ezra 15 and 3, fear not the imaginations against thee. Right, so we're not to be afraid of none of that, man. We're not to be afraid of just the regular people. People that don't have militaries. Just the regular Jake or Edomite or so-called African. We're not supposed to be afraid of them neither. What they say they're going to do unto us and having all these gang ties, whether they worship Satan or not, known in the streets for killing people. Polite was an example of that. He was also an example of mockery, not believing in the Lord, shooting up the Bible. Now he's in jail of a conviction of a lie that he spoke on the prophets, man. Saying we sleep with little children and stuff like that. He's in jail for doing just that. You know, so we don't have to have no fear of these guys, because the Lord eventually is going to reward them with death and destruction, man. Second Ezra 15:3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. Right, let not the incredulity, the unbelief of them trouble you. So just because your people don't believe, don't mean you're supposed to be all bent up out of shape about it, and your feelings about it. You don't have to force this truth down no one's throat, man. That speak against you, because they gonna speak against you. They mock you. That's the way people show their unbelief in the Lord. Mock you. Putting up videos saying that we're lying, making up lies about us. Trying to get us in trouble at work, lying to our bosses to get us fired. Making fun of us. That's one way Jake shows their unbelief. So you don't have to be troubled by none of that, man. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Because what you're going to find out is that these plagues and all this death and stuff that's happening, are for those that don't believe, are for those that got an imagination to harm the prophets like they did in the previous life. Because they are their forefathers that killed the prophets, man. So you don't have to be in your feelings about these people not waking up. You don't have to be fearful about them saying what they're going to do to you. Because the plagues are specifically for them. Not for the righteous. Those that are given diligence to make their calling and election sure. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. Sword, all this gun violence. That's what the sword is. Famine is a lack of food. You got people starving everywhere. The newest event is what you see going on in Congo, with Rwanda, in the territory called, I think it's Uma, or Oma. That specific land was for those that were fleeing from the wars. That was supposed to be the safe haven. Now the safe haven is under attack. Now the safe haven is under attack by what they call Movement 23. What is it called? March 23rd or March 23 movement, which are Rwandan-backed rebels that were at one point in time in conflict with the Congolese government. And then if you look a little deeper, that 9.9% times out of 10 was orchestrated by who? The cracker, the devil, Esau, the white man, the elites. Congo either don't want to play ball with the New World Order, or they also said in the clipping that there are minimal resources around that area. I think they said billions of dollars worth of mineral resources around that area, something like that. The resources that they use to make cell phones is located in Congo, if I'm not mistaken. You know, that's what they said. I kind of forgot to look up the specific place to put a name with the city that is located at. So I forgot to do that, but that's what they said was down there. That's where they fighting at. They fighting in that area where all the resources are. And you know the devil, Esau wants to take the resources of the nations. That's in Job. He heaped all the resources up unto himself for his new world order, but all that's going to be given back, man. It's going to be taken away and given back to who? The righteous owners of the world, which are the Israelites, man. But I'm saying to say this. I said that to say this. The Rwandan president is in favor with the West in the EU. He is favored by the West, which the West is known as the US, America, and the EU, them other Edomite devil cracker nations, man. So you know if they going in, if they start out of just nowhere, some another proxy war, like the scripture said, the wars and women's war. That little conflict is like a proxy taking place. And that's how Esau takes down governments. But they using the Rwandan rebels, M23 rebels, to fuck with the Congolese government. You know? So that's all it is bringing prophecy to pass. Because now the people in that land don't have nowhere to go. They don't have nothing to eat. They didn't have anything to drink until they started drinking out of the river. And they just had put that in the news. In order to drink out of a river, they got to go through a purification process. You already got limited resources. The hospitals are running on backup generators. And they don't have enough resources to sustain keeping them generators working for everyone. So what they do, they prioritize who they want, who gonna live, who gonna die. Who can go without, who can't go without. That's why 2 Ezra 15 and 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, famine, they starving. They're not eating. It's causing them to, causing people to get violent, which will make them use the sword to go take for their family. Then you got women that can't fend for themselves and asking for help on the news. Death, you got people dying from the conflict. You got people that's gonna die from the actual conflict, from the war and the battle, as well as them not having enough resources for the people in the hospitals. Then the people that's fleeing not having resources to sustain themselves and fight off people taking resources, all Bible prophecy, man. That's how you know we're at the end of the world, man. It says famine, death, and destruction. The ultimate destruction is going to be when the nuclear missiles hit, man. The nuclear missiles are not only going to hit America, they're going to hit various places around the world. Why? Verse 6, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. See? There's so much wickedness going on all over the world. They done done so much that they done done as much as they can do. If anything, everything is just repeating itself. You got the LGBT community infiltrating nations. They passed the laws protecting the LGBT community. So that's already done. Witchcraft going on everywhere. That's already done. People are just waxing in it, man. Verse 8, I will hold my tongue. No, verse 7, sorry. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Right, so the Lord ain't holding his tongue no more, man. The Lord is up, getting into action. That's why all these plagues are happening. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and all the souls of the just complain continually. The souls of the just are the Israelites, man. Starting with the elect, though. You know? We the ones that's crying and sighing for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Like it says in Ezekiel. The rest of the nation don't give a damn. You know, and they're crying, but they're crying to the wrong idol. 1, 2, they partaking in a lot of this bullshit because they believe the law was done away with. You know. Verse 9, it says, and therefore, said the Lord, I will surely avenge them. I will receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. The Lord going to avenge who? His elect. His chosen. He going to avenge, actually the Lord going to avenge all of Israel for starting with the elect. Because all of us went through captivity. We all had our nationality took away from us. We all, well, I just said, sure. But only the elect is returning right now. The rest of the nation is going to be birthed back in the kingdom of heaven and be made righteous. Verse 10, it says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Right, the Lord's people is being led as a flock to the slaughter behind the philosophies that they believe in. The sellouts of our nation are leading our people astray. Martin Luther King was a sellout. His birthday was just, what, last month or something like that? Something like that. I lost track and stopped keeping up with that shit. But the Bible said Martin Luther King was a false prophet. Believe not in the man that says he had a dream. The prosperity teachers and prophet teachers and pastors are false prophets. IUIC with General Yohana is a false prophet, and those that follow his leadership, false prophets. I said General Yohana, I said ISUBK is General Yohana. IUIC is Nate, the guys that wear the purple and gold garments. False prophet, man. They got Christ in their name. The only way you can be saved is if you don't have, if you have the elect. But an indicator that you're not of the elect is by using the wrong name. So I can bear with me. scriptures get down on these false prophets, or the dreamer of dreams, Martin Luther King, Martin Lucifer Queen, because he was a homosexual. Jeremiah 23 and 25. I have heard what the prophets said that prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. That was Martin's speech on him having a dream. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophet that prophesy lies? Yea, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart. Right, he was working with the government. I actually have a book, and I have to go back and double check this. But I'll be able to put up a lesson on it. Let's bring it out. See. So I can bear with me. I meant to grab it, but I got a book. It's called The Divine, I think it's called The Divine Nine, and it's about the fraternities that the so-called African American man partake in, and I think created black fraternities. And they got a picture of Martin Luther King or Martin Luther King as being a fraternity member of the Alpha Kappa Psi, if I'm not mistaken. It is one of the A's, though. Right? Now, in the Alpha Kappa, any fraternity, what do they worship? The devil. The elites pull up or pull in people in society that have that special spirit about themselves. Leadership, engineering. It's like having a spiritual gift, knowledge, wisdom. They excel or exceed the rest of the people that surround them. They pull them up into Masonic organizations. They get pulled through various series of tests before they are allowed to step up, even up to the point where they sacrifice their own people and whatnot. You know, and they be a part of the Boule Society, a council or a fraternity up under the crackers, the devils, man. So that's how he was pulled in. They only accept people that's fucking with them. They only give people jobs who fucking with them. So if you're not in a fraternity, one of their brothers or a part of the sorority, they will not let you excel in society. You can only go so far. Just put it like that. You know? So, Martin Lucifer Queen, according to the Bible, was a false prophet. This is back at Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 25. I have heard what the prophet said that prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. Right. Martin Luther King portrayed himself as a what? A spiritual leader. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophet that prophesied lies? Because he was saying that we were supposed to hold hands with these crackers, these devils, coming together with them, when that's against the Bible. He realized that at the end, how long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yea, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart, which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, yeah? Which they tell every man to his neighbor, right? And their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal, for the devil. The philosophy and the spirit and the things that he pushed out was a philosophy after his own deceitful heart. Philosophies of the devil. That was never supposed to be. There was no us mingling in with these crackers, these devils. You know, the Bible says that they are our enemies. And he went against that. For who? The devil. And then he eventually got killed by the same master, the devil that he worked for. That's why you can never trust your enemy, like the scriptures say, man. You ain't supposed to be trusting this white man. You're supposed to be depending on Yahweh Shema Shai. See, that damn dream that he had is still in the minds of the people now today, which is keeping them asleep. That's a form of Satan. Jake won't come back to the Bible because they believe in integrating with the crackers. Believe that there are good crackers, good Edomites, good devils, according to the Bible. They believe that there are good so-called white people, just off of his lies about him saying that he had a dream. His dreams made the devil systematically keep Jake down. Since there was no more slavery and having to go through everything physically, now it's systematic racism. Everything is covert. Like the devil would be, Everything's deceitful, hid behind, done in secret. When it used to be in your face, man. They activated him because they was at that point in time where Jacob was finna start rising up. When the cracker, the devil see that Jake's and them starting to wake up and starting to disregard his way of life and him ruling over us and shit, that's when they pick somebody to have as a sellout and deceive the nation. Verse 28. The prophet that hath a dream, let him tell a dream. And he that hath my word, let him speak my word faithfully. Right. The prophets, the elect, the chosen, are the ones that speak the word of Yahweh Shema Shai faithfully. He's not supposed to be speaking and trying to teach nothing about the scriptures. Coming in the name of the Lord, opposing us, he's some type of righteous spiritual leader. Nobody that the Lord ain't dealing with, the Lord didn't ordain as a prophet unto the nations, supposed to be speaking like that. Y'all supposed to be sitting and taking heed and listening to the real prophets, man. The ones who the Lord set up, man. Jeremiah 23 and 28. The prophet that hath a dream, let him tell a dream. And he that hath my word, let him speak my word faithfully. What is the chaff to the wheat, said the Lord. Is not my word like as a fire, said the Lord Yahweh, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces? Right, that's what happens when this word hits people's spirits that are non-believers. Burn them up on the inside. Crush a person's spirit. Therefore, behold, I am against the prophet, said the Lord Yahweh, that steal my words, every one from his neighbor. And he was using that word neighbor. The Lord is against Martin Luther King. The Lord is against everyone that coming in his spirit, that are coming in his spirit, man. So happened, I am following one of his grandsons, and I just figured that out on his birthday. The guy do skits on how to be a father to your children, and basically run your household, how to be a righteous father. A lot of his skits be on point on how he, govern himself with his children. Hopefully he govern himself with his children like that. But he has the pyramid with the all-seeing eye tatted on his body. I don't know if it's on his hand or not. He was a rapper. I think he was in a couple TV shows also, but he is rich. He's a millionaire. He's the grandson of Martin Luther King. A lot of those guys that are their kids are part of that same order. That's all that said to me. So yeah, man. Martin Luther King dreams is not going to save no one. The Bible is going to save people in these times. This is verse 31. Behold, I'm against the prophets, said the Lord Yahweh, that use their tongues and say he saith. Behold, I am against them that prophesy false dreams, said the Lord Yahweh, and do tell them, and cause my people to err by their lies. Right, causing them to err or go astray, or believe everything this guy is saying, which are lies, man. We're not supposed to be holding hands with the cracker, the devil, the white man. Trusting in his system. White people are our enemies, according to the Bible. All right, it says, verse 30, therefore, behold, I am against the prophets, said the Lord Yahweh, that steal my words, everyone from his neighbor. Behold, I am against the prophets, said the Lord Yahweh, that use their tongues and say it. Behold, I am against them that prophesy false dreams, said the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai, and do tell them, and cause my people to err by their lies and by their lightness. Yet I sent them not, nor commanded them. Therefore they shall not profit this people at all, said the Lord Yahweh. Right now. This is Deuteronomy, chapter 13, verse 1, because this is what actually is going on with that, and still is going on with, well, yeah, with that now today. Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse 1. If there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, and the sign or the wonder come to pass, whereof he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. Other gods are just philosophies that go against the scriptures. Man. Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet, or that dreamer of dreams. For the Lord Yahweh your God proveth you. Test is a test. There was always a test. To know whether ye love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. See? So, Jake, you're being tested by the Lord. If you will follow a false prophet that believe in idols, or him. Verse 4, ye shall walk after the Lord Yahweh your God, and fear him, and keep his commandments, and obey his voice. And ye shall serve him, and cleave unto him. See? And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death. And that's what happened to his ass. He got put to death. That's what's happening to everyone that go against Yahweh Shem Shai, man. With these false dreams and the worship of idols. They get put to death. Because he has spoken to turn you away from the Lord Yahweh your God. See, Jake and them don't be knowing in the beginning what's going on when they sell out, or when they believe they're doing something righteous that leads them to selling out because of the deceitful and the trickery of the devil. But they eventually find out. And they eventually keep selling out and not taking death because their faith is too weak. And ultimately meaning the Lord is not dealing with them. It says, because he has spoken to turn you away from the Lord Yahweh your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage. And the Israelites, so-called blacks, and Native Americans, were the ones that were brought up out of the house, the bondage of Egypt, to captivity of Egypt, to thrust thee out of the way which the Lord Yahweh thy God commanded thee to walk in. And that's what Moses was here for. So shalt thou put the evil away from the midst of thee. And during the time of Moses, those that came up against Moses were put to death. That's what the whole walking in the wilderness for 40 years was about. We them same people. Them same false prophets that rose up, false teachers and guys that came up against Moses, are back here now today doing the same thing, and they're being put to death in the same way. And the elect, the chosen, the ones that went into the land of Israel, because that's what we're going back to, going to be the same people back then to go into the land of Israel today, and which is going to be the kingdom of heaven, the last go round. This is verse 6. Because the Lord didn't play that. And that's why we out here on the highways and byways and put up the videos to protect ourselves from what's coming. This is verse 6. If thy brother, thy son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or thy wife, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is as thine own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, let us go and serve other gods, which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers, namely of the gods of the people which are round about you, nigh unto thee, or far off from thee, from the one end of the earth, even unto the other end of the earth. So it don't matter where you at. If you over here in America, or you over there in the Middle East, if any of these heathen nations, whom the Lord don't deal with, entice you to follow after their gods, their way of life, Buddhism, Islam, the Christianity, witchcraft, LGBTQ, no matter where you at in the world, thou shalt not consent unto them. Right, don't hearken unto them. Nor hearken unto him. Neither shall thine eye pity him. Neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal him. Right, don't hide that, God. You're supposed to let people know who the false prophet is amongst the nation. Who's teaching lies and got everybody following idol worship. That's why we always speaking on Nate name, General Yohana name, Tazariak name, as well as other false prophets and teachers that are teaching doctrines contrary to what the scriptures teach. Through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shemal Shai, man. You're not supposed to conceal those people. Let's see what else it says. But thou shalt surely kill him. Right, he's supposed to be put to death. Those that are worshiping idols and false philosophy are supposed to be put to death. Thine hand shall be first upon him to put him to death. Right, the person like Eve, the woman, her situation. As soon as she brought that apple, which was a philosophy from the serpent, to Adam, he's supposed to have been the first person to try to kill her. Or the first person to kill her. Ain't no trying. The first person whose hand's supposed to is risen up against her, man. It's finna say it, watch this. Verse 9. But thou shalt surely kill him. Thine hand shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterwards the hand of all the people. See? These false teachers of our nation, false pastors, priests, false leaders, Al Sharpton, these sellouts of our nation that's worshiping idols, the Denzel Washingtons, those that partake in Hollywood, the music industry. People like that are supposed to be put to death. Because they will have you turn to worship the false gods that they worship, whom the elites forced upon them via witchcrafts. You know, and ultimately it's the Lord, because the Lord kept Israel asleep. The Lord took the truth from us. So ultimately the Lord ordained whom he wants to deal with, which represent his elect, and whom he doesn't want to deal with. And the rest of the people supposed to die. You know? And Jake, you know, they don't want to have nothing to do with that. And that's why we're still here. I just lost what's the precept shit, man, I forgot the precept I was just reading. It's all good. Second Ezra. Back at Second Ezra chapter 15. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. And Marlu's queen was an example of that. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, which the Lord is going to deliver his people by way of UFOs, so-called UFOs, man, which represents the chariots of Israel. And smite Egypt with plagues as before, because America is the modern day Egypt, and will destroy all the land thereof. Right, the Lord will destroy all the land of America. Right when the nuclear missiles hit, right when they finna hit, that's when the elect, the chosen, are going to be beamed up in the so-called UFO. Verse 12, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, shall bring upon it. Nuclear missiles, man. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. The nuclear missiles. That's why you see the UFOs flying around, because there's going to be deliverance for the elect, the chosen of Israel, by way of UFO, man. So-called UFO. And America's going to be destroyed and inhabited by various creatures. Owls is an example. America's going to be made a desolation. It's going to be desolate. No mountains, rivers, oceans, seas, no people, no buildings, temples, mosques, convenience stores, nothing. For all the wickedness. See, this America was the concentration camp for the nation of Israel. Jacob originally fled from the land of Israel and got put out of the land of Israel because of their sins, which led us over here to America. To serve out our punishment. That was the end goal of us being over here, on why Jacob left. Bible prophecy, man. The Lord had already had the plan and everything in motion. We didn't just end up over here just by coincidence. We didn't just stop following our law, statutes, commandments by coincidence. It's gonna say it better in this verse. Jeremiah 17:4, and thou even thyself, the nation of Israel, so-called blacks, Latins, and Native Americans, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. Right. The Lord established us to be his holy people, to rule over other nations. Kings coming out of our nation. The wealth that we had. The nations that we took down. The Lord established us, man, and everything that we received in the ancient times, man. So he took it away, and he eventually took it away from us, man. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage. That was our heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies. Who are our enemies, man? Our number one enemy is Esau. We over here in his captivity. Under his systematic racism, laws, Bill of Rights, Constitution. Living his way of life, because he's the devil. So that means Jacob and I are following this devilish customs. We're not following our old way of life of our law, statutes, and commandments that made us the right, was a part of making us the righteous, holy people. It says, And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, over here in America. Our homeland is the land of Israel. Jake fled from the Assyrian captivity in 2 Kings chapter 17 to America. They hold their laws, statutes, commandments to hold our way of life over here. But that didn't work out for them. That's why you got Native American Indians and the totem pole, the wind god, sea god, owl god, wolf god, sky god, all these different idols and sacrifices that Jacob was doing. Aztec temple, Mayan temple. That's part of Jake, and that's the so-called Latin tribes, all of them. South and Central America partook in that, as well as the so-called North American Indians, Seminole Indians, Ruby. You got the Jamaicans included, which is Benjamin. The Southern Kingdom, man. I'm sorry, the Northern Kingdom. Judah eventually was brought over here by way of slave ships. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. A lot of Levi left and came back. But they all eventually ended up over here in America, just to get it right. 10 tribes left, 1 tribe came back. The Southern Kingdom was Judah, Benjamin, Levi. The Northern Kingdom was the rest of the tribes. Dan was not included. Jeremiah 17:4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. But ye have kindled a fire in mine anger which shall burn forever. See? We sinned against the Lord. And the Lord turned his back on us, kicked us out of our own land, and took who we were by using the heathen nations. We forgot that we were the Israelites and that we had laws, statutes, and commandments, man. The other nations, the heathens, the elites of the heathens know. Those that are at the top, the presidents know. This is Baruch. Chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. Right, we in slavery, man. It ain't physical. It's spiritual. Where thou hast scattered us, right, and we over here in America where we were scattered. We couldn't go back to the land of Israel if we wanted to. even though we know the truth. For a reproach and a curse, it was a curse that had got placed upon us. And to be subject to payments, taxes, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, right, for the sins of our fathers, which we are our forefathers, who departed from the Lord our God, right. So we over here in slavery, man. Because of our sins that we committed when we were our forefathers. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 3.